And now it is time for our regular arts and culture segment with Michelle Kim. Now I hear that today she's going to start off by giving us a preview of a musical that she went to see early this week. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Kanyang.
So what is this musical that you went to see?
Well, the musical is called Fantastick, and just like its name, it was a fantastic production that infused Korean traditional sounds and moves with more modern forms of music and dance like b-boying and K-pop. Take a look to see what this musical has to offer. The non-verbal comic musical Fantastick reopened on Tuesday for an open run at its new theater in Central Seoul, following a makeover aimed at making the show more interactive. Now, audience members can use a smartphone app to try their hand at playing traditional Korean music along with the performers. The show follows the love story between a man who's a percussionist and a woman who plays the flute, and conveys the hardships and happy moments in the romance through music. With the powerful rhythms of the drums, the soulful melodies of traditional Korean songs, and the performers' energetic dancing, the musical aims to break down the barriers between Korean traditions and pop culture. Park Ji-hoon performs in the show.
Fantastick adds a modern twist to traditional Korean music and dance with a variety of creative mechanisms to narrow the barriers between traditional Korean music and the global pop culture scene.
The show's producer said that the audience should get ready to experience 80 minutes of energetic performing, great music, and hilarious comedy.
The musical is 100% live, so the audience is able to hear some great traditional Korean music. Fantastick is also a comedic musical, so viewers will have a great time laughing along for the first time since the production began. We also incorporated 3D video mapping and new IT techniques to allow the audience to interact with the performers, which is also something to look forward to.
At the performance on Tuesday, there were groups of people from Thailand, the Philippines, and Singapore in the audience, and many of them talked about how excited they were to see the show.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch this because the kind of person who love play b-boy, like dancing, and Korea is one of the most country that's famous for b-boy.
The musical Fantastick is showing at an open run at its new theater in the Gyeongyang newspaper building in Central Seoul.
Well, it definitely sounds like it was full of energy, especially since I believe the producer was part of Nanta, right?
Yeah.
So full of energy there. How was it for you?
You know, it was actually great. I absolutely loved it. And, you know, at times the storyline gets a little bit cheesy, but, you know, the performances, acting, and of course the music covered that all up. You know, I think it was actually hard for me to sit still because at times the beat of the drums and the energy of the performers really just made you want to just stand up and go wild. So it was a great time.
Right, so it was a very, I guess, interactive part of the show. So tell us more about that.
You know, the first one, the audience members, it was a new part of the musical. This was actually changed on Tuesday when I actually went. With the first one, audience members are invited to use their smartphones to interact with the performers during the show. There's a part in the show when one of the performers uses his cell phone to play some beats on a drum. Look at that, just like in the video right now. And then he asks the audience to help him out. And with the help of the smartphone and the application, we can all join in the fun. And it can get a little crazy with some audience members getting a little too excited about the whole thing, but in general, it was actually really, really fun to do. And to participate, all you need to do is to search for the Fantastick app in your app store on your mobile devices. And if you download it, add your seat number and the time and date of the performance you're going to see, you will be able to participate in the percussive part of the show. And you know, to me, I thought this was such a clever idea using technology to help audience members, especially foreign nationals, there were a lot of them there, to get more familiar with the genre of music that even, you know, some Koreans like us aren't really familiar with.
So this is all the audience members are playing these percussions.
Yeah, it was only a certain part of the show. Not all. It doesn't happen at the whole 80
Throughout the
minutes
show,
of the show.
right,
but
right.
at one point you will be able to do that. And this one is actually, if you go to the lobby while you're waiting before the performance starts, you'll be able to take a picture of a camera that is placed there. And during some point in the show, one of the photos will go up on the big screen on stage, and the person chosen will go up on stage like that and participate in one of their, drum activities.
Right. So this is not just a one-side show, but I guess it's a give and take between the performance and the audiences. And it sounds really cool. And also, it's non-verbal, right? So, the language shouldn't be a barrier for non-Koreans either. So it sounds like a very fun performance, and I think I will go and check it out and play the 장구 and the drums and all sorts of percussions myself.
Yep, you
and, perhaps ruin the performance. So I don't want to do that, and I'll refrain myself from getting too excited. All right, Michelle, thank you so much for today. We'll see you tomorrow with more.
Yep, see you tomorrow.